Right.
All right, so this is Spanish chart 11. We'll get started in a second. Let's see right there, the blue one. No, blue.
Am I doing 10 exclusions?
That one. That one, yeah.
I'm doing 10 exclusions. 11. No.
Okay, Spanish chart 11. Let's get started on 3. Santa says 1, 2, 3. O says in shovel. A says in banana. Says in city. AU says off in office. W says EA says E and leaf. EA says in thread. Yes. EA says in state. IE says in brownie. EA says in cookies. EY says PH says in phone. CH says in chorus. OUGHT says in thought. AUGHT says in caught. G says in giant. GGE says in fudge. Okay, awesome. All right, let's go to Spanish chart 12.
Wait, I'm holding in this one.
Go ahead. Okay, here's chart 12.
This is our new chart. Chart 12.
Okay, let's get started. Finding chart 12 on 3. 1, 2, 3. A says in a sleep. AL says all in also. BE says be and because. EN says in enjoy. UN says un and unbutton. WR says and wrinkle. OULD says ud and could. AIR says air in hair. U says in bush. OUGH says up enough. OU says in country. ARR says air in cherry. IRE says higher in fire. Okay. So we finished chart 12. Yesterday's video, we finished the last 4 sounds on chart 12, which were OUGH up, OU ARR air, and IRE ire. So this is chart 13 that we are introducing. So I will say the sounds first. You can say them after me. Okay. Okay. So FUL says full, and beautiful. ARE says air in care.
ARE says air in care.
TAIN says ton in mountain.
TAIN says ton in mountain.
URE says you're in pure.
URE says
you're in pure.
TURE says chur in pasture.
TURE says
Chur. W-A-R says war, war, war in warm. T-I-O-N says shun, shun, shun in nation. S-I-O-N says shun, shun, shun in missionary. S-I-O-N says jean, jean, jean in television. Okay. 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so O-R says in sailor. A-R says in dollar. Y says ik in crystal. E-R-R says air in cherry. Okay. Is something wrong? No? Oh,
We missed one.
Oh, sorry. It was E-I-G-H. Yeah, Evan had told me. I'm sorry. It says A, like in 8. All right. So does anybody have a loose leaf paper ready? So we will proofread 2 sentences real quick. Y'all can just use your notebook. Okay, you can have, we're not writing, but we'll correct the sentences up here. All right. Okay, so remember last week we learned what's called the proofreading marks. Okay, and so those are the marks that we use whenever we need to correct something in a sentence. We know the capitalization mark, right, which are the 3 lines. We have capitalization, 3 lines. Then we learn what's called a delete, whenever there's something that we don't need to have in a sentence, like if a word is repeated twice, or if there's a word that is unnecessary, we have the delete that takes it out. We have what's called the insert, where if we need to put punctuation or if we need to add a word to make the sentence complete, we will put the insert. We have the line here, which means to lowercase something if something's capitalized that shouldn't be capitalized. And then we have what's called SP, which is the spell check. We use that whenever something is spelled incorrectly. So let's look at the sentences here. I have just number 1 and number 2. Okay, this is phonics. It's not writing. We don't have a writing. This is phonics. So number 1 says, Tim drove bus to church. Okay. The sentence doesn't sound right, so you would need to proofread it using the marks to correct it. So you'll write the sentence first, exactly how I have it, okay? Exactly how I have it, and then you will put the proofreading marks in the sentence, okay? So you don't have to write it correctly. You want to write it just like how it's like this. Then you put proofreading marks to edit it, okay? Number 2, can I have 1?
No.
Let's look at this one. This one also. So same thing. You'll write it just like how I have it on the board. Write it the same way. Then you'll put the proofreading marks, okay? So I'll give you about, let's see, it's 12:19. I'll give you about 5 minutes to work on these 2, okay? Go ahead. Can you see it? Yeah?
It looks crazy.
Yes.
So write them just like this. Then put the proofreading marks.
Okay. I'm about to put a capital letter of it. Are we writing a sentence? Capitalize. Too sure. This. No, don't say it. Or everybody's gonna. They're not gonna know. No, or we're gonna know.
Girl, I can hear everything you know. I can hear everything you say right now.
And it's bad.
Girl,
Yes. You're supposed to put a period.
No, you're not. Not yet. You don't write the sentence. You're writing the sentence first.
Okay.
Not the period. We do both.
She should have read it like that and put the punctuation marks.
Miss Flugents?
Yes, I say.
Somebody had asked a question. Let's step out for a second. No?
This is confusing.
Okay. Not really.
Very easy.
Okay, about 3 more minutes.
I think this is.
No, you know what I would rather?
Miss Flugents.
Yes.
Do we got writing?
Do we have writing? No, we don't.
Oh, and we don't have much.
I asked a question.
Okay.
Are we supposed to mark it yet? Or wait?
Yes, yes. So you write it incorrectly and then mark it after. I said write it incorrectly, but I mean write it how it looks. Then you fix it. Don't fix it first. So yes, they can pick whichever two. So you have Niagara Falls, Public Hearing, Statue of Liberty, Plymouth Rock. Pick two of them. Find it in your book, put the name on it on top.
Miss Flugents, I think I did it once.
I'll tell you. Just let's work on that first. Okay, are we almost ready? Not yet? Okay.
I forgot what the line was for. But, you can't tell her.
Thank you.
I have the answer. I love carrying over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's so easy. Are we carrying over today, Miss Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Say the V. I know how to carry over.
All right, so let's go ahead and fix it. Okay, so let's look at our first sentence. Tim drove bus to church. Sentence has a lot of things we need to fix. Okay, I'll do people at a time to pick. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. So Hannah, give me something that I need to fix in this sentence.
Capitalize T in Tim.
Good. First letter T in Tim needs to be capitalized. Good. Okay. Anyone else? Next thing, something else I need to fix in this sentence. Go ahead, Evan.
Insert a by bus.
Okay. So he says we need to insert a word, and so we can put a or. Does anyone else have anything else they put in place of it? Can be as well. I'm fine with that. But also another word we could put. Camille, what else? What did you put? The, yes. So it was either either one. I mean, Tim drove a bus to church. Tim drove the bus to church. That's fine. But just make sure that you inserted a word here. Okay? Because that did not make complete sense by saying Tim drove bus. No. Okay? So I hope everyone was able to insert. Okay, what else is next that we need to fix on this sentence? Okay, Amina?
Delete the T insert.
Good. Well, not delete. Because if I delete it, I'm taking it away. I'm taking the word church out completely. Something else I have to do. Not delete. Not delete. Yes, spell check.
Yeah.
So not delete. If you delete something, you're taking it completely out. So when something is spelled incorrectly, you use spell check, not delete. So I put a line, put SP, spell check. How do I correctly spell church? CHURCH. Okay, one final thing left to do on this sentence, the first one. Okay, go ahead, Harlem.
Insert a period.
Insert a period. Good. Okay, this is all you should have done. Did everyone do that?
Yeah. But I didn't do
All of it?
I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, can I have one? Let's go ahead and fix this one. Give me some things that are wrong with this sentence. Okay, Josiah? I'm sorry. It was like making a little noise. I couldn't hear what? Yes, spell check on have. SP, it's HAVE.
It's AVE, not A.
Okay, what else is wrong? Okay, Solomon, what you have?
Capitalization and search.
C, I need to capitalize my C. Yes, first letter. Good. Okay, what else?
And you need to capitalize the I.
Good, another capitalize that I. Did everyone do that? I hope you didn't miss the I.
Yes,
I didn't miss the I, did we? Okay, one last thing we need to do on this one. Can I have one? Oh, no, sorry, 2 things, not 1, 2.
One is not spelled right.
Yes, 1. This is the word 1. It's just not the right one. So we need to delete this, take it out completely. And what do I need to? Okay, I was gonna say it. So yes, that's not the correct one. So what do I need to do to show the correct one? This is one like if instead of losing you win. That's that one. Okay, Harlem.
Oh, now I know how to spell. Like, can I have a cookie? Like, can I have one cookie?
Spell check 1.
Well, we took it out, so we'll just put the word 1, and then I need to insert what at the end?
A period.
Can I have one? Not a period.
Oh, I know.
A question mark?
Yes, that's a question sentence. Good. Did everyone put that question mark? Yeah, this was a question. Can I have one? They were asking something. Where's your book?
No, I did.
Oh no, the picture in the book. That's what I said. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Good job with that. Let's go ahead and practice our first two sounds on chart 13. So we will have what's called suffix FUL, like in beautiful. That's actually a suffix. So we have a new suffix that we're learning, FUL full. Remember, a suffix always goes at the end of a word. And we're going to learn special sound ARE that says air, like in care. Okay? Let's look at our first word. I'll go ahead and circle silence. You can just read. So E. Suffix FUL. We underline the root word. What's the word?
Helpful.
Helpful. Good. Next one I have SQU and ARE. What's the word?
Square.
Square. Next one I have root word. Suffix FUL full. What's the word?
Painful.
Good. Next I have prefix. Well, yeah. BE and special sound ARE air. What's the word?
Beware.
Air. Next I have PH and FUL root word.
Faithful.
Prayer.
Prayer.
So that special sound.
Miss Flugence, I can't hear you.
Can anyone else hear me? The sound went out?
Background noise.
What about now? Can you hear?
Yes. Yes.
Is it better? Okay, I don't know what that was about. So yeah, it's good now. You can hear me clearly now? No?
Really?
Okay, well, Harlan's giving me a thumbs up. I don't know. Okay, and Josiah. Okay. All right, so special sound FUL full and ARE air. Okay, go ahead and get out your phonics book, 123. Let's do the dictation on the bottom, page 123.
Okay. If I find it first. Found it already. Me too. I just found it. Ooh, this looks hard. Me too.
123, we'll do the dictation at the bottom. Okay, put your name on the back.
Kneecap. Kneecap.
Hold on, just do it as you do.
No,
Thank you.
not telling you. It's a
All right, are we ready?
Yes.
123, getting there, okay.
No, I got it. Ooh. Minom. 23. You're welcome. Minom. Minom. Hola. Hola. Hola.
Did you not do that?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready? Yes.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
making sure everybody's good. Okay. All right, so I will give you a word and you have to write two sounds from that word. So you have two boxes right next to one another. Those are the two boxes you use, okay? The first word is wrist, like your wrist. Wrist. What will be the two sounds you hear in the word wrist? That was me.
This one is hard.
Oh,
now I know it. This is right. No, we have. No, we've been doing special sound.
okay, wrist. All right. Anybody has the sound, two sounds in wrist? Wrist. Okay, what you have, Amina?
ST and WR.
Good. WR and ST. Is that what everyone put?
Yeah.
WR says like in wrinkle. Wrist. Okay, next word. This one has 3 sounds, but you only have to put 2 of them. So only 2 of them. Pushes. Pushes, like you're pushing. Pushes.
No, it does. I love this one.
Pushes.
The left is right there. Oh. Wait, where is it? Wait, I actually see that. That's cool. I want to enjoy water. A and A. That's the sound.
Okay, anybody has the sounds for pushes? Okay. Solomon, what you have? Unmute.
ES.
Okay, that's 1. And
SH.
good. And there was also a third one that you could have done. I don't know if anyone did this one, but you that says
I did you.
Put that.
Good. Okay, good. All right, next one. 2 sounds again. The word is frank. Frank. What are the 2 sounds in the word frank?
Can I do like in bank? Oh, guess what? Can I do this song? Fur and then an ink. Yes, it's a word. And then fur and then the ink. It's made a word. Fur and ink. Whoa.
That's why you need to chill. Okay, Frank. What are the 2 sounds in Frank? What you have?
F-R-N-A-N-K.
F-R for A and K, ink. Good. All right, let's go ahead and write the words. Okay, so I would say 2 words. You just have to write the 2 words. That's why they have 2 lines. And the boxes on the row underneath, the second row. Nice. Okay. Ready? Black hair. Black hair.
Right in the 2 boxes.
Write black in one box and hair in another box. Black hair.
Black hair. I have black hair. Me too. No, we all
You mean in the second box?
Yes, so you have like 2 boxes that are right next to one another. You'll put black in one, hair in the other one.
Miss Clinton, do we all have brown hair in here?
Let's focus on
Miss
writing
Clinton
this.
has black.
Thank you.
I have brown. We all don't have hair. I mean black hair. I mean brown. I have brown. No, Ryan says it is black.
Okay. All right, black hair. Can someone spell it out for us? Black hair. Go ahead, Hannah. Every time you do that, I'm not gonna go.
B-L-A-C-K.
Okay, and hair.
H-A-I-R.
Good. And remember, A-I-R says air, 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 like in.
Hair.
All right, next one.
There's only one more block.
Huh?
There's only one more.
Okay. Cold cookie. Cold cookie. And the 2, yeah, you should have 2 empty boxes.
I don't. There's only 3 boxes. Yeah.
Oh, y'all on the wrong page, that's why. It's 123.
120. I know 123.
Wow. Do y'all have 2 boxes or 1? 1? Mine has 2. I don't know why it only has 1. Okay, well, just write it on the line. That 1 line left. Cold cookie.
It did.
Should have been 2.
It did. Wait, maybe it's just combined because the page is just too little. Cold cookie. I don't know. But it did. Cookie. C-O-Jessie. But I cannot spell it. Miss Williams, how do you spell cookie? Can I spell the cookie when we're done? Can I do cold cookie?
All right, cold cookie. Cold Cookie, go ahead, Josiah.
COLD.
Mm-hmm.
COOKIE.
Good. COLD, that's that old and gold. And then cookie, and IEE at the end. Awesome. All right, good. So you can put this away. That's it for our phonics lesson. Go ahead and get out your math book. So how did you guys feel when you saw those 100 facts? Was it easy to get done? Did you get through it fast? So that's what you'll have to start doing now. You'll have 100 facts for a little while, with also your assessment. So when you start taking your assessments now, you'll have 2 fact pages. You'll have the 100 facts, and then you'll have whatever subtraction facts we're working on. So just be prepared for that. 100 facts. That's where we are now. Okay, so lesson worksheet 62. Lesson worksheet 62 is where we are. Okay, so yesterday's lesson, we introduced what's called carrying over, also called regrouping, but we'll call it carrying. Okay, this is what the page looks like, 62.
Where's my math? Yeah, I like it.
So we'll practice a little more carrying over today. Nice.
Oh.
Make sure your name on it. Put it, okay.
Now I feel good about the one that had 100. It's too much. You know, that's 62, 100. Now I don't do it. I feel good about.
All right, we have lesson worksheet 62.
Yes, ma'am. My book keeps sliding. Except I don't have my. That's yellow. Ooh.
Okay.
That's not funny. I didn't say that.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are now, that's really what we're going to focus on this week is carrying over. I want to make sure that we master it and that we get it down pat. Okay, so carrying over is usually applied whenever we are adding numbers that are higher than 9 in the ones place. Now, whenever the numbers are under 9, like 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we don't have to carry over. But sometimes when we're adding our back numbers, this only applies to the back numbers. Well, the front too, but we're not doing triple digit yet. But since we're only on double digits, when we are adding our back numbers and they go past 9, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, or 19, when they're past 9, we have to do what's called carrying over. We cannot drop the whole number down in one column. We can't do that. That's impossible. Why? Because the number, technically, both numbers are 9 in the ones place. So if I am adding, and say I am adding 47 plus 26, okay? We know that 7 plus 6 is 13, right? 7 plus 6 is 13. So I cannot do this. I can't put 13 like this, okay? So anytime your answer is higher than 9, there's something that you have to follow. Now, if I had like 21 plus 32, 1 plus 2 is 3. I can just put the 3, right? That's under 9. But when it comes to this one, it's higher than 9. So that's 13. Okay, we're on lesson worksheet 62. 7 plus 6 is 13. I cannot write 13 like this, okay? Keep this in mind. You cannot write 13 like this. So, whenever I have 13, let's look at it like this. We've learned that all numbers have what's called a place value. They have a place that they are in. Since we are adding money, we'll say the dimes and the pennies, tens, ones. So when looking at 47 and 26, 7 and 6 are in what we call the ones place, and 4 and 2 are in the tens place, okay? Now, whenever I said 7 plus 6 is 13, I cannot put 13 like this. But when I look at the number 13, which number is in the ones place in 13? Which number is in the ones place?
Oh, I know.
Anybody?
I know. Oh, this is easy. Easy.
Yeah, you can just tell me right now. You can just tell me.
1,
3.
2,
3. 3 is in the ones place. And which place is the one in?
10. Twins place.
The one is in the what place?
10.
Thank you. So whenever I'm adding 7 plus 6 is 13, when I have the number 13, I can only put the 3 here. I can't put anything else, right? Because 3 is the only number that's in the ones place, so I only put the 3 here. But now I can't forget about the 1 because I still have to make the number 13. I cannot forget about 1. My 1, since it's a 10, where would I put the 1? In the 10th place. So that means my 1 in 13, which is the front number, that 1 will come above the 4 in the 10th place. Okay? So whenever I'm putting that 1 up here, I'm carrying over. So I still have the number 13. Okay? I have 1 and 3. Look, you can still see 13 here. I just can't put it down right next to one another because of the position that they are in. I can only put the 3 in the ones, but I move the 1 in the 10th place. Okay? So when I start to add this, I have to make sure to add that 1. Okay? Don't forget about the 1 that you carry over. So now I can add. So I'll do 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 2 is
7.
73 cents. Okay? Did everyone get some practice in yesterday with this?
Yes, ma'am.
How was it? Was it easy? Was it a little hard?
Easy.
Tell me about it. How was it?
Easy.
Was it okay? Like some of it you understood and then some of it was a little complicated? How was it?
Easy.
Good.
Easy?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else has a different opinion?
Too easy. Wait.
Only way I know is if you tell me.
I
The
know.
student, I didn't see it.
See
All
what?
you have to do is just skip a number.
Carrying over.
Okay. It was posted, but okay. But I'm going over the same thing from yesterday, so that's okay. We'll go over the same thing today. So just let me know how it is at the end. Okay. Anyone else?
It's too easy. I know.
Everybody says good. I'm seeing thumbs. Some people are not saying anything. Okay.
Good.
So let's kind of work on this page together. All right, so let's look at lesson worksheet 62. Does everyone have their page ready before I start going into the page?
I do.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and add up. So remember, we're adding money. That's why it says dimes and pennies, but it's still the same thing as if I was saying tens and ones because dimes are worth 10, pennies are worth 1. It's the same exact thing, except it's just saying dimes and pennies, but it's the same thing. Dimes are 10s, pennies are 1s. So let's go ahead and look at our first fact, number 1. It's 43 cents plus 25 cents, okay? That's the one I have right here. So I do want you to work, but can we work here on the board first and we'll work on our paper, okay? I want you to be focused as I'm trying to go over it. So if you don't have your book, you can write it down on little sleep paper if you don't have your book, okay? You can just write the facts down as we go through this. So 43 cents plus 25 cents. So let's start adding this one up. So just like we learned when we learned how to do double digit addition a couple of weeks ago, we always start where?
In the back. In the
In
back.
the back. And we go from
Top to
top
to bottom.
So let's start with our first two numbers in the back, which are 3 plus
2,
5.
5
3 plus 5, and what does that equal to?
9.
9.
Hey, 3 plus 5 equals 8. So we always start in the back. And we go from top plus the bottom. Okay? So that's 3 plus 5 equals 8. Next, I move to the front. And I work on my numbers in the front, which would be 4 plus 2. And that equals 6. Now, in this one, we did not need to carry over, right? We didn't, because our answer was lower than 9. Our answer was less than 9. It's 8. So there was no need to carry over. Now that is something that you have to pay close attention to. Not to carry over just anytime you feel like you want to. You only carry over if your back answer is higher than 9. If it's greater than 9, that's when you carry over. This answer is less than 9. I did not need to carry over. I just added up normally. Okay? So the answer 43 plus 25 is 68. You can go ahead and fill this one in. Number 1. Yes.
Where to put these papers?
Oh my God. I thought I said that. I thought that was fine.
Oh, fine already. The other one, wait. The other one. I'm done.
Okay.
Could I?
Put it on my desk. Okay. Are we ready for the next one? Number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Could I be the first one?
Okay. All right, let's look at number 2. So this fact is 66 plus 18, okay? This one is a little different. 66 plus 18. So the steps are still the same. We start adding in the back. So let's look at my back 2 numbers, which are 6 plus 8. Okay, what is 6 plus 8? Can anyone tell me? You just say it.
13.
Please add a little.
14.
14. So can I do this?
No.
I cannot do this. Okay? Please keep that in mind. You cannot drop the whole number down like this. Okay? Whenever your answer is greater than 9, which 14 is bigger than 9, that's where we have to regroup our what's called carry over. Okay? I cannot put that 14 down like this. So when it comes to 14, you have to pay attention to the number 14. Okay? Now, 6 plus 8 is 14. Looking at the number 14, we know that our 4 is in the ones place and our 1 is in the tens place. So 6 plus 8 is 14. What number will I put underneath this 6 plus 8? What number can I bring down right here? Josiah?
The 1?
Not the 1. Look at 14, okay? 1 is in the tens place, 4 is in the ones place. And look at this one, 10, 1. Look at it again. 6 plus 8 is 14. When looking at the number 14, I can't put 14 here. I have to only put one of the numbers. Which one would I put in that place?
4.
The 4. And I can put the 4 because 4 is in the ones place and 14, and I'm adding in the ones place. I can't put 1 because 1 is in the tens place. That's a front number. 4. So whatever number whenever you're adding and it's higher than 9, whatever number is in the ones place, that's the number that will go here underneath the ones place. You cannot put the tens place number in the ones place. That will mess up the whole answer. You'll have the answer will be completely wrong. Okay? You have to make sure that when you're looking at 14, 4, you know it's the back number, so you'll put 4 here. So after I put 4, I have to make sure to still keep this 1 in mind. My 1, I will move to the 10 side right here. So the 1 will go above the 6. Okay, are you doing, so can you fill in these steps with me?
Okay.
Okay, so for number 2, so it's 66 plus 18, or did everyone do it already?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
So everyone did this, all of this already. You have your 1 carried over and all of that.
Yes.
If not, then you need to fill it in like this.
Wait, just put the 4. I got it.
Yeah, that's all I am right now. Okay, so let's go ahead. And so now that I carried my 1 over, I have to make sure to add the 1. Don't forget about the 1. So I have 1 plus 6 equals
7.
7, then 7 plus 1 equals
8.
84 cents.
84.
It looks very easy.
So everyone has this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, let me see your books, please. Put them on the screen. I'm not getting feedback, so I don't know if it's done already or you're not understanding.
I did it.
Okay.
I don't need my hair.
Well, the page, Solomon, I need the page. Like to see, like you, yeah, what you wrote down. I understand you don't have your book, but to see that you wrote down the facts. Okay. Okay. So it would be appreciated if I'm asking a question, you show me a thumbs up or shake your head so that I can know. If like, yes, I have it. No, I don't have it. Okay, next one, 49 cents plus 37 cents. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this one. So we're gonna start adding back numbers first, as usual. So what's the names? Put the names in place. Okay, so back numbers. So we start with 9 plus 7. Okay, 9 plus 7 equals
16.
16. 16. So can I put the number 16 right here?
No.
I cannot do that. So what will I put here underneath this 9 plus 7?
6.
Just the 6 in 16 because that's my back number. What do I do with the 1 in 16?
Put 1 on top of the 4.
I move it to the 10th place on top of the 4. Okay? On top of the 4. Make sure you're working with me doing this too. Okay? Everyone working in their book as well.
Yes.
Thanks. I see some heads shaking yes.
Yes.
Okay? So now let's add our 3 numbers. So I have 1 plus 4 that equals 5. And then I have 5 plus 3 and that will equal 8.
86 cents.
86 cents.
That's a lot of money.
Okay? How is this for everyone?
Good.
Do we understand completely like what it means to carry over and when to carry over?
Yes, I know how to do.
Yes. Anyone is confused on anything?
I am not confused. When are we gonna do this one?
No. Okay, well then do the last 3 on your own. Let's see.
We're carrying over.
That's what I just asked.
How are we carrying over?
So go ahead and work on the last 3 on your own. I'll give you about 5 minutes. So we have 44 cents plus 46 cents, 65 cents plus 22 cents, 53 cents plus 8 cents. So work on these 3. Go ahead and add them up.
Okay.
If you don't have your book, I have it right here. It's the bottom 3. If you need to write it down.
I got the answer. Hey, don't look. I was not looking. No. I got all the answers, Miss Gooden. What? It's right here. 0. And 8 plus 3 or something. So,
Do you have everything? Go exit one more to come see right quick.
You got it all in down.
Okay, why is your book backwards? Oh, never mind. I see it now.
I just got all the-
Okay, how's that coming along? It's easy. It's you're getting it?
Yep.
Okay.
Are we I know that was we're telling all about. These ones are kind of easy. Yeah. These are easy. We're going. These are easy. We're carrying over. Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for us to do.
Mm-mm.
Miss Blue Jets,
Uh-huh.
I got the answers.
Okay, when you're done, you can put them up. I'll look at them. You can put them up. I'll see. I can see. So I can see. I'm saying I can see. When you're finished with all three.
Ooh. We only have a little more pages to go now. Look how many pages we flipped through. Yeah. Do we have another map, Miss Blue? Miss Blue, once we get out of the 60s, do we still have 100 facts?
Okay, I'm just looking. I'm checking the answers as I'm looking.
Wait, we're gonna have 60 workbook pages and facts. We got a last one. We're gonna be done. We just stopped on 70-2. That's what we stop on. No, we don't. Yes, we do. Look. 70-2.
Okay.
Right here.
All right, so let's go over them. So some of them I see correct. Some of them it's a carrying over issue.
Look.
And so let's go ahead and discuss these. Okay. All right, let's look at number one. The first one should have been number 4. So I have 44 cents plus 46 cents. Okay, so make sure as I'm going through that you're checking on your paper to make sure that you wrote them down correctly. Okay. So I have 4 plus 6. That's my back numbers that I'm adding first. 4 plus 6. Hold on. 4 plus 6 equals 10. When I think of the number 10, I have 1 and 0. 0 is in the ones place, so I'll put the 0 down here. Then I'll put my 1 up here. Okay? Whenever you carry the 1 over, you have to make sure to put it on the 10 side, not on the 1 side. I seen someone put their 1 on the 1 side and they ended up getting the answer 11. So you don't want to do that. When you add your back numbers, your 1 always carries over to the next column, which would be the tens place, okay? So 4 plus 6 is 10. So you only put the 0, but you put your 1 in 10 up here. After that, you have to make sure to add that 1. Again, some of the answers, you only added 4 and 4, but you did not add your 1. You have to make sure to include that 1. Anytime your answer is higher than 9, you will carry over. Anytime your answer is higher than 9, you're going to carry over, okay? I'm saying that twice because I'm not seeing some people carrying over. So we have 1 plus 4 is 5. Then I add 5 plus 4, and that equals 9. That one should have been 90 cents.
Oh, I got it!
Okay, how was that? Yeah, some people did have that, but some of the answers were not correct. So make sure if you didn't get it correct that you're looking at what you've done wrong. Compare it to this one and yours, and just look at it and say, oh, this is where I made the mistake, okay? Let's look at the second one, 65 cents plus 22 cents. So again, we start in the back. That's 5 plus 2 equals 7. And then I move to the front, 6 plus 2 equals 8. I did not have to carry over in this one. This was not a carrying over problem. Why? All my answers were less than 9. So that means I did not need to carry over. So that you also have to pay attention to know when not to carry over. We don't carry over anytime. We only carry over if our answer is greater than 9. All of these answers were less than 9, so we did not need to carry over. We just simply added up. And this one here, this is the one I think was a little,
This one is
53 cents plus 8 cents. So again, start in the back. I have my numbers flipped, but it's the same thing. 3 plus 8 equals 11. So I put 1 here. My other 1 goes above the 5. This one I did not see some carrying over in some of the problems.
I did that.
A plus 3.
I did it.
A plus 3 is 11. Thank you, because that is what I said. 3 plus 8 is 11, so I put my 1. My other 1 has to carry over, okay? Now remember, there wasn't a number with 8, and I told you anytime that looks like that, we can consider it a 0. It's like a 0, nothing's there. So then I add the 1 plus 5, that equals 6. This answer was 61 cents.
I did that.
I did that.
Correct on my first try.
Okay? Who had them all correct? Now I know if you did it, so don't raise your hand. You didn't have it right. I don't know.
I got it
Okay.
right.
Miss Fluget. All right, good. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more. So if you should have those boxes at the top. Let's do it inside of those boxes.
Yeah, I love the boxes.
The boxes don't really matter. I'm just using the box for that problem. So it's not about where the box is.
73 plus 73 plus. Miss Fudge, did we put that 7 on the dime side? Plus 29.
It doesn't matter. That's what I was saying. It didn't matter. Just use the box.
Can I just?
No, just do it like this. Just put one fact in the box. So it doesn't matter. The boxes, I know it says dimes, pennies. Don't focus on that. I just need you to put the fact in one of the boxes. We need space. So 73 cents plus 29 cents. Go ahead and add this one.
I did it today. 73 plus 29. What? Never mind. This is confusing.
Oh, it is. I don't know why.
I don't even know if we have to carry over or not. I know exactly what to do. I do know what to do. Is this correct? I'm done.
Let me explain.
You might know. I might know. Oh, I think I know what to do. Tally all that. Okay, I hope I do it right. So 1 plus 7 equals 8, and 8 plus 2 equals 6. 2 plus 9 equals 12. So, he put in this line.
Go.
No reason.
That's why I gave you that one.
This one is hard.
I'm gonna explain.
It's not. I think I got it. Me too. I think I do. You see a little arrow?
All right, so let's go ahead and add this one up. So whenever you started adding this one, you noticed that, yes, you did have to carry over in the back, but also in the front, your number was greater than 10. I mean, greater than 9, right? Yeah, if you added it right, it should have been. So whenever that happens, let me show you what to do. So I have 73 plus 29. So I start in the back like normal. 3 plus 9, that equals 12. So I put my 2 like normal. Then I put the 1, you know. So then I go ahead and add my front numbers. I had 1 plus 7 is 8. Then 8 plus 2 is 10. That's where it can get a little confusing, but it's really not. Once I show you, you'll be like, oh yeah, I figured that. Some of y'all might even did that anyway. So whenever you are adding numbers and your front number, meaning the number that's in the front number, is greater than 9, you could carry over. But guess what? You don't have to carry over. All you do is just bring it down.
That's what I did.
And the answer should have been 102.
What in the?
So all you had to do was bring it down. So whenever you get to the front of the facts and there's nothing left to carry over to, you just bring it all down. So that means 8 plus 2 is 10. I can't carry it over. There's nothing to carry it over to, right? You could put it here and it will still come down to 102, but you don't have to. Now, if there were numbers in front of the 7 and 2, you would carry that one over. But since they're the front numbers and there's nothing there, you just go ahead and bring it all the way down. So 8 plus 2 is 10. I put the 10, that should have been 102. Did anyone get that?
Yes.
Yeah? One person said they did. Okay.
I did.
All right. Good.
Next
So yeah, that's just a one to kind of, just something
Miss
new.
Prudence.
So when we move on to triple digits, we'll carry over normally, but right now we're just in the double digit of addition. So there's, whenever your front numbers are greater than 9, meaning the numbers in the front, there's nothing to carry over to, just bring it down. That's your answer, 102. So 10 and 2, 102.
How is it that possible?
All right. Okay, good. All right, so that is it for our math. So you will finish your 100 facts on your own time and your work page, okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on to language. I don't know if you wrote down yesterday the state of being in Lincoln, but you will need a paper to write it down yesterday. That was the instructions on the video for you to write it down. So go ahead and you can get that out so we can add to it today with linking verbs. So I'll give you a minute to find that if you need to find it. If you have your sentences ready, we'll add on to this. So remember, again, a verb does 4 things. Verbs are actions, which we've learned actions, run, jump, kick. Then we learn state of being. A verb shows the state of being, which these are the state of being verbs. Links 2 words together, which we're learning today. And they also help another verb, which we're learning helping verbs when we get back from our break. So the state of being and the linking verbs are the same list, okay? They are only certain verbs. They are not like actions where it can be a lot of different verbs, but state of being and linking verbs are certain words, which are these here. So we have am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Those are the state of being verbs. Nothing else, okay? These are also the linking verbs as well. So on your test, I'll ask you to list the state of being verbs, all of them. You'll have to list them. Then I'll ask you to list the linking verbs. Same thing. They are not different. They're the same exact list, but it's how we use them in sentences that makes them different. So yesterday, one of your sentences said, I am. Does everyone have that sentence ready?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So whenever we have I am, I told you am is the state of being verb. When we say state of being, we mean that you're not doing anything. You just exist. You're just there. You just are. So am in this type of sentence is a state of being. I am. Okay? Now, whenever we switch it to linking, let me show you how this will be different. Okay? Again, state of being, linking, same exact verbs. Okay? They do not change. They're the same exact verbs. It's how you use it in a sentence is what makes it different. So that is what you'll have to know on the test on Thursday, is how to identify if it's a state of being or a linking, and also how to use it on your own. Okay? They're the same list. So I might say, here is the verb is. Use it as a linking verb. You'll have to know how to do that. But it's easy. It's not hard. So anyway, so I am is a state of being verb, okay? When we say state of being, you need to write this just like this.
Okay.
You don't even have state of being.
Oh,
so I am, okay? So that's state of being. Let me show you this. So if I would say I am 7, am is still my verb, but now am has turned into what's called a linking verb. Let me show you how. Am does something. Has anybody heard of like linking cubes before? Like the little linking cubes you link, or if people will join hands, they're linking hands together.
Oh, I know that.
So whenever you say link, that means 2 things are joining together. Something is connecting those 2 things together. Well, that's the purpose of am in a link in this sentence. Linking verbs will link two parts of a sentence together. That's what they do. That's why they're called linking verbs. They link one part to another part. So that means the linking verb is always in the middle of two parts. So whenever we said I am, just like this, that was state of being. But whenever I said I am 7, am is no longer state of being anymore. It is now a linking verb. Am is linking I to 7. See that? Am is linking I to 7. I had the word I and I had the word 7. Am linked them together to let you know that I am 7. You need to write this. So wherever you put, you know what? Get a new paper. Get a new paper if you have a loose-leaf paper. Get a fresh sheet, and let me show you what I want you to do today.
Get a what?
A fresh sheet.
Oh my God. And I just wrapped this one. You know what?
Okay, so if you have a fresh sheet, everybody has a fresh sheet ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if your paper is loose, like how this loose-leaf paper is loose, then all I want you to do is fold your paper in half like this. Or if you don't have a paper where you could fold it in half, just put a line down the middle. Like this. Okay. If you can't fold it in half like this, then just put a line down the middle. Okay, whenever you're folding it, make sure when you fold it that the sides match, that it's not all uneven like this. See, that's not even. Make sure the sides are matching. Then you crease it down like this so that it's in half. Open it, and then you'll have a line, and then I want you to trace that line down with your pencil. That helps you to get a straight line.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it looks like a book. It is a book. No, it's not.
You have a question, Solomon?
No,
I'm on a notebook.
Yeah, so if you're in a notebook, you can just put a line down the middle. If you can't tear out a paper to fold it in half. Look at a book to read.
This one was the only piece done. Is this fine?
Not at the moment.
Like this.
Yes. Okay. So on one side of the paper, I want you to put state of being. Okay, one side, put state of being at the top. And then obviously on the other side, we're going to put linking verb.
I knew that.
See that? So one side put state of being, the other side put linking verbs.
I finished this puzzle. You want to switch? Because it has a judge
I in case a special sound.
Miss Flugent,
Uh-huh.
for dinner I'm gonna have Romeo's.
Okay, cool. Hope that goes well. Hope it's delicious. Okay, could you show me your papers when you're done to make sure that you have this correct? Okay, state of being linking. Thank you, Harlem.
Just putting linking. No. But linking verb, this puzzle.
Okay, Solomon, I see state of being linking.
Didn't see leaking.
Oh,
Like this is
okay, good, Hannah.
Leaking.
it looks like a book. I'm going
Okay, are we good to go? So keep moving on to the lesson.
Yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and just start with our first one. So on this one, so we'll do like the I am. So first part here. On this side, we had state of being. So go ahead and put I am, because that was our first sentence. It's right here. I am.
I want to write like this Lincoln. Me too. I'm gonna write like that. Not in cursive though.
Okay, we have I am. And on the same, on the other side, say make sure you're matching the same line. What I mean by that is if I put I am on this line, I need to make sure the other sentence matches the same line. Okay. So on the other side where it says Lincoln, put I am 7.
Put the whole line. Oh, that's 7.
Why would you put just one word? Why would you not put the whole thing that's right here? I am 7.
In the middle?
What do you mean in the middle?
Where did I put I am 7?
On the linking verb side, I am 7.
Put a period. State of being.
Okay. So I am is state of being, but when I say I am 7, am turns into a linking verb. It's linking I and 7 together. See that? I am is state of being, but then when I say I am 7, am turns into linking. It's linking I. So please draw your arrows just like this as well. So my arrows are going. So I started the arrow here at am, then I connected it to I. Then I went from I am, and then I connected it to 7 to show that am is connecting I and 7 together. These arrows are important. Please make sure to draw those too.
Miss Florence.
Yes?
May I use the bathroom?
Sure. Okay, do we have I am and I am 7 done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, let's see. One person gave me a thumbs up.
Got it.
Thank you, Camille. Okay. All right. Next one. Let's go ahead and go to the next sentence. So skip a few lines before we go to the next one. So another sentence we did on yesterday was you are. You are. So are in this type of sentence is what we will call a state of being. Okay? Because are means that you just are. You exist, you're there. So you are, this is state of being. So go ahead and write this on state of being side. Skip a few lines, please, before you write the next one. Did you put your puzzle away? Mm-hmm. All right. So now I will take this you are and I will change are from state of being to linking verb, to a linking verb. So I will say you are kind. Now are has become a linking verb. It is linking two parts of the sentence together. Are is linking you and kind together. So that's why are has now turned into a linking verb. Whenever it was you are, just like this, that was state of being. But whenever I said you are kind, now are has become a linking verb. It's linking you to kind. Do y'all understand how to switch it? How the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Yes.
Easy.
Okay.
I did it, Miss Florence. It was easy. I did. It's so pretty.
Miss Florence,
Yes. Do you got science and social studies?
Yes, that's next. Okay, do we have that?
Yes, ma'am.
So you
Yes.
are was state of being because it was just you are not doing anything, just there. But then when I say you are kind, are has now turned into linking. It's linking you and kind. Okay, let's go to another one. Skip a few lines again. Okay, yesterday you had she is. Is here is a state of being verb. She's not doing anything, but she exists. She is. Is a state of being here. Yes.
Did I read a book?
Okay. But then if I would say she is tall, is has turned into a linking verb. It is linking she to the word tall. If there was no linking verb, she tall would not make sense, right? She is tall, that is links them together. It makes them complete. It makes you understand that she is tall.
How would
Okay.
I put she tall? Like they have bad grammar.
Right.
So then what if you put an S at the end of C?
That's a contraction. That's something totally different.
Will it stand for is?
It does, but it's not a verb anymore.
Do we have to put the line?
So she is, when it's like this, it was a state of being. But when I say she is tall, is turns into a linking verb. It is linking she and tall together.
Tall. Like this. She's tall. She's tall. She's tall. That's not
Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, next one. We were. Okay, when I have it like this, were is a state of being verb.
I wear my jelly here. Very. This is.
Okay, now if I would say we were dancing, were now turns into a linking verb. It is linking we, and what about we? Dancing. It links those two parts together. We were dancing. No. We were dancing.
Ooh, dancing. Look at mine.
420. 4:20 p.m.
only got math to do, that's all, because we finished our potting.
Okay, how was that?
Good.
Okay, so let's do one last one, and I'll let you try this one on your own. Okay. So I'm gonna give you the state of being, and I want you to turn it into a linking verb. Okay. So he was. So in this sentence, was is a state of being. So write this down as a state of being. He was. Then I want you to turn it into linking and show your arrows as well.
We can do it. We can do it in however sentence. Got it. Yeah, because it's easy.
Oh, look, I did have it. I mean, that was right here.
And I'll give you.
Oh, no, right. Get your test papers for me.
Mary.
Miss Bruce, I got it.
Okay.
I know you was exactly.
Okay, let's see.
I know mine.
Okay, good. Arlen, you just don't have your arrows. That's the only thing you're missing. He was here. Okay. Go ahead, come here and see. Good. Okay, anyone else is ready?
I'm ready.
Why do I have capital letters?
I have all.
Okay, pick it up a little higher, Hannah. He was
We are
walking.
both
Okay.
this line.
He was. What is that?
He was.
Okay. He was playing. Okay. Let's see. He was fun. Okay.
He was. Oh, now he's a teenager.
All right. Good. Anyone else before we move on? Okay, Omar. He was. Put it a little closer. I can't see too well.
Look what I just did.
He was bullied. Okay. Good. All right, good. So this is how we have a state of being and we turn it into linking verbs. So we'll practice some more turning one into the other. We'll have linking verbs and then turning them into state of being verbs. He was good, okay? All right, good. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our science and social studies. You can go ahead and get out your social studies first.
Social studies class? Yeah, we always do social studies. No, we don't. We do science class. We do the social class. Oh, you're got to the page.
All you need is a listing paper, all right?
Are
It's not gonna be mine. All you need is a listing paper and I'm gonna give you some paper.
Is it 75 exclusions? I got it to do our 76.
Okay, social studies, 75. So we are going to talk about what happens after the war. And as America just, they became a country of their own. They decided to be 50 states. I mean, well, states, not 50. 50 they decided to be states instead of colonies. And so let's talk about the next steps they took to become a stronger nation. I'll go ahead and read today. Papers.
Study standing. We're done with reading. Yeah, we're done. We did know.
All right, so after America became a free country, they were free from England. Remember, they decided to become they decided to become states instead of colonies. And so now that they are their own nation, they have a president now as well. They chose George Washington as the first president. America decided they needed a flag. All countries have a flag, and so now that the colonies were now their own country, they decided that they needed to have their own flag. So that's what our lesson is this week on the flag, how the process they went through selecting the flag that we know of today. So after declaring independence from England, people thought, now we need our own flag, a flag that stands for freedom. People began to make their own flags, and some of them look like this. So you have the white one that says an appeal to heaven with the Liberty Tree flag on it. Then we have the yellow one that says don't tread on me with the rattlesnake on it. So these were some of the ideas that people came up with whenever they were creating their own flag. They still hadn't decided on a flag just yet, but these people started to give ideas of what types of flags they could have, and these were two of the ideas that people had given. So in 1775, Congress, the group of people that make laws for the country, chose some men to decide. So these men got together in Congress in 1775, and they decided together what the flag for our country would look like. So 2 years, it took them about 2 years to discuss, to create the flag, to decide on which flag they wanted. And in 1777, they made the decision. They said, resolve that the flag of the United States would have 13 stripes because there were 13 colonies that alternate between red and white stripes. So there'll be a red and a white, a red and a white, and it'll be 13 total. And they will be on a field of blue, and there will be 13 stars on the blue. So this was in 1777. They decided this is what the flag would look like. Okay, look at 76. So who made the country's flag? Well, it's not official who made it. People say that Betsy Ross, who was a seamstress, meaning she sewed things, she made different things by sewing and, knitting and stuff.
I know.
She was the one who made the first flag. So she was a seamstress, and it was said that the men went to her with the picture of what they wanted the flag to look like, right? They go to her with the picture and they asked her, could she sew this together and sew the flag? So they had 13 stripes. They had 7 red and 6 white. And again, they had 13 because of the 13 colonies. So they asked her to do 13 stripes, again, 7 red and 6 white, so that it would represent each state at that time. Now we have 50 states now, but at this time they only had 13. So then they asked her to put 13 stars on a field of blue. That's why we have the blue part of our flag. And as you can see on the flag on here, there's 13 stars. Those 13 stars represent the first 13 states as well. Now, today, the only thing that's changed about the flag are the stars. They didn't change the stripes, but they've changed the stars. And now we have 50 stars on our flag instead of 13. So Betsy Ross, she was the one they went to sew the flag, and she sewed it together. And this is how she made it, with the 13 stripes, red and white, and the 13 stars on a field of blue. All those colors on the flag have a meaning. The red stands for courage and strength because of the men who fought in the war for America to become free. Then we have white for purity, and then we have blue for truth. So each color on the flag had a meaning. That's why they chose those colors. They didn't just randomly pick the colors. Each color had a meaning. Again, red was for courage and strength, white was for purity, and blue was for truth. They chose these colors because they felt like those colors, the meaning of those colors, represented America. So Betsy Ross sewed the flag together in 1777. She put the flag together for the men, for America's flag. So this was the first flag that was made after they decided on what the flag would look like. She was the one who sewed it together. So on page 77, there's a holiday that's celebrated to honor the American flag. It's called Flag Day. It's celebrated on June 14th. You will have to know the exact date on the test. June 14th is the day that it's celebrated because on June 14th, that was the day that George Washington gave the flag to Congress to let them know this is our flag for our country. So that is why June 14th is a special day. It's called Flag Day. If you look on a calendar on June 14th, it will say Flag Day. That's a holiday. Okay, so June 14th is a holiday it's called Flag Day. It's celebrated to honor the American flag. So on 77, they have a did you know? It's just some ways to honor the country's flag. So you never fly the flag in bad weather. Always raise the flag quickly. Never fly the flag of another nation on the same pole as the American flag. Never fly the flag upside down. Don't let the flag touch the ground. And whenever you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you're supposed to remove your hat. So these are just rules that they have in place to honor and respect the flag. So in 78, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Does everyone know the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag? Yes, so this is something that's usually said to respect and honor the flag. So they say it. So it says, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So that's the Pledge of Allegiance that people say to honor the flag. So this is how the flag was chosen. After America became its own country, they decided on a flag. They came together in Congress, they discussed it for a little while, and they decided the flag would have 13 stripes for the 13 states. Red and white stripes alternating, 7 red, 6 white, a field of blue, which represents the Union, and then we would have the 13 stars. Now we have 50 stars, but at the time when it was made, they only had 13 stars, which was representing each state. So now we have 50 states. Okay. All right. So that. Did it go mute? Yeah. There's going to be another war that will happen as well. And this war, some other things are going to happen in this war, more songs. Then people will start to travel to the West. America's going to start to grow. We'll talk about Abraham Lincoln as well. Okay. So that's it. So America is now its own country. It started off as when the Pilgrims came. Well, it started off with the Native Americans and the Pilgrims came. Now we're here where the colonists are here. They're now their own country. They're not under the control of England anymore. They are now their own country. Okay, so that's your social studies lesson. The test will be very easy this week. I'm just asking a few questions about the flag. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to your science for this week. So I did have you cover some different pages on yesterday. You probably read about the ocean habitat if you read yesterday, but we'll actually go into the habitat when we come back from Thanksgiving. I won't do it this week. So this week we'll just focus on the things needed in an habitat and about a food chain. Okay, that's what we'll focus on this week. So let's look at page 58. We won't do our test on the ocean habitat. We'll wait till we get back. It's a lot of material, so we'll wait till we get back. Okay, so now we're on chapter 4 in our book. So now we are moving on to what's called animal habitats. Basically, a habitat is an animal's home. Okay, all animals have a specific habitat that they live in. They cannot live anywhere, right? We will not find an elephant living in the ocean. It's just not going to work for the elephant, right? Or we won't find a shark living in the savannah. That will not work. All animals have what's called a habitat where they live. That is the place that God created for them to live and grow. Okay? So when God created the world, he created animals to help us and for us to enjoy. As we explore the world he created, we will see that God had a unique plan. Excuse me. That God had a unique plan for all of the animals that he created. All of the animals had certain things, certain places God wanted them to live that's unique to them. So let's look at 59, God's plan for animal homes. Okay. Home is a nice place to think about, right? Does everybody like their home? Right?
Yes.
Everybody has a home that they live in. I'm sure that's your place where you're comfortable, especially if you're out all day. You're like, man, I need to go back home, right? Sometimes. So, animals have that same thing. That's their place where they live. It's their home. That's where they live and they grow and where they are. So, their homes usually keep them safe as well. All animals have a particular home that they live in, right? That's what I was saying a minute ago. They can't just live anywhere. Their home that they're in is catering to their needs, all the needs that they have, the type of animal they are. So we have natural homes for habitats for animals are called habitats. The home, the place where animals live, where it's naturally their home. Now, when you think about a zoo, for example, animals live in cages in a zoo, but that's not their natural habitat. Their natural habitat is the place where they were found, right? If someone went out in a savannah to catch a lion to bring to a zoo, the zoo is not his habitat. The savannah was his habitat. So all animals have their natural home, their natural habitat that they live in. That's the place where they originally are from. When God made each habitat, he made sure that the animals had 4 things specifically so that they could live in that habitat. If they did not have one of those things, they would not survive. He needed to make sure they had water, of course, water to drink. And for some habitats, the water is the habitat, right? So he made sure they had water, space, especially for large animals like giraffes and lions. They need a lot of space, right? In their habitat, they can't live in a little pond. They need an open savanna for them to live in. So water, space, food, of course, they have to eat. He made sure that they had all the food they could want in their habitat. And lastly, he made sure that they had shelter, somewhere to live. Because some animals, yeah, they might live out in the open land, but some animals sleep in caves. Some of them sleep in trees. Some of them sleep in the coral reef, like in the ocean, which we'll talk about when we get back from Thanksgiving. So God made sure that the animals had these 4 things inside of their habitat in order for them to survive. If they are missing one of those things, it will be hard to live in that habitat. So food, water, space, shelter. Those 4 things were necessary are necessary for each animal to live in their habitat. If they're missing one thing, they won't survive. So some animals, like I said, live in the water, and so they don't need the water to drink. They live in the water, but some animals need water to drink. So a deer lives in a forest habitat. A deer needs water to drink, but when we say a fish needs water to live in, to survive, right? But they both still need water. So that's how God made the habitats. Those 4 things are needed, okay? Let's look at 60. So inside of each habitat, God made sure to keep it balanced, meaning it was perfectly. Not too much of one thing, not too little of one thing. He made sure that the habitat was perfectly balanced. So he created what's called a food chain. Has anyone heard of a food chain before?
No. Wait. Oh, yeah.
No? So we'll talk about the food chain. So God made the food chain inside of a habitat. And that is what helps the habitat to stay balanced. If we did not have food chains, we would have way too much of one animal and only a little bit of one animal. So God made the food chain so that it would stay balanced. Okay, so let's talk about a food chain. Get yours, Caitlin. Test papers. Food chains begins with a plant. All food chains start with a little plant. So a little flower, maybe some fruit or something. All the food chains start with a plant. Then we have a small animal that will come and will eat on the plant. So let's think of grass, right? So we have grass. Then we have deer that eat grass, right? Deers eat grass, berries, all of that, but we'll say grass too. So the deer come and they're eating on the plants and the grass and all of that. So the grass starts off the habitat, okay? The grass will start the habitat off. The deer will come and eat on the plants and the grass and all of that. But then there's another animal that's bigger than the deer that will come and eat the deer, which would be a bear. Bears eat deer. So we have a plant, always starts off the food chain. Then we will have a deer, for example, to eat on the plants, not just grass, but plants, whatever. They eat on the plants. And then we'll have another animal that will come and eat the deer, which is the bear. And now nothing is hunting the bear, right? I don't know any animals that hunt bear. So the bear is, you know, not being hunted. No. So whenever this happens, this is called a food chain. So let's look. So that's in a forest. Let's talk about in a savanna. We have grass. We have zebras. Zebras eat grass. What eats zebras? Lions. That's the way the food chain, but it starts with the plant. All food chains start with the plant. The grass is ate by the zebra, and then the zebra is eaten, unfortunately, by the lion. But the lion, they all have to survive, right? So they all have to eat. It's sad, but they all have to eat. They're eating each other, but that's how the food chain works. I'm not sure if you've ever, and when we get to the savannah and all of those habitats, we'll look at videos, but in the savannah, like there's like hundreds of zebras and gazelles and all of that. So unfortunately, a lion can eat one of them, but there's still going to be a lot more left over. So again, that's how God keeps it balanced. Because yes, there are a lot of them, but all the animals that hunt those animals kind of keep the numbers balanced. So all the animals that eat other animals are called the predators. So like the sharks, the bears, the lions, the cheetahs, the leopards, the tigers, they are the predators in their food chain, meaning they are hunting for the animals. All the animals that are being hunted, like deer, like the gazelle, like the zebras, like the bunnies, the chipmunks, all of those animals that are being hunted are called the prey. So you have the predators who are hunting for animals, then you have the prey, which are the animals that are being hunted by the predators. So if a predator has few enemies, meaning no one is hunting for him, he's the top of his food chain. So for example, a lion, there aren't animals hunting lions, right? Lions are usually, they're the top of their food chain. Sharks, there aren't any animals hunting sharks. So sharks are the top of their food chain. So if you're the top of your food chain, you're the top predator in your habitat. So that means animals are probably, all the other animals, when they see a shark, they probably try to run away, right? Because they're like, oh no, he's going to get us. He's a predator. So all the prey, the dolphins and all of the little fish and all of that the shark eats, they need to run away, right? Right? So many times a bigger predator continues the food chain. So without the food chain, we would have animals all over. We would have frogs. Remember how the frogs were all over in Egypt? That's what we would have. And we don't want that, right? We don't want animals roaming all over the place, right? It'll be too many. So God created the food chain that keeps all the habitats balanced, okay? So that is all we're doing this week. Like I said, we won't go into the ocean habitat. You might have read it yesterday, great. But we'll do the ocean habitat when we get back from Thanksgiving, okay? We'll go into that next week. So this is where we'll stop today. So we're only focusing on animal habitats, what's needed in their habitat, and how God made the habitat balance, and what is a food chain, what are predators, what are prey, okay? All right, so that's your science lesson on this week. How does that sound? Good. Where is... All right, good. So that is it for us today. We've covered all of our lessons. Yes, we have math, phonics, science, social studies, and language. We do not have a writing test this week. You also don't have a memory scripture, so just focus on your Bible lesson for this week. You do have your Greek and Latin words that are posted in Google Classroom. Did everyone look at their spelling list for this week? It's a lot of suffixes on there. The whole list is pretty much suffixes. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, awesome.
How many times do we gotta write it?
I think today it was either 2 or 3. I don't know. Today is 4. before. All right, good. So any questions before we go? No questions? We're good? All right, awesome, guys. So thank you for logging in today. I will see you all on tomorrow, God willing. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.